Okay.
July 30th, 2012, we're on Hive 8, which is the second of two swarm hives. This particular swarm hive came from our one of our two overwintered hives. It was the South Hive, we called it. And they're just not in this top box at all, this second super at all. I've got 3 deeps and 2 supers on this, and it doesn't look like they're in here at all. No comb construction even beginning. So we won't add anything on this guy. And that's it for here. I'm not sure what... I hear a lot of bees, actually. But we won't disturb them any more than that because we're kind of going to just check for the need for adding supers on July 30th of this wonderful year 2012. Hive number 7 on July 30th, again, just as in Hive 8, doesn't appear that they're moving into this top super, which is the 3rd super on this swarm hive. This is likely a swarm hive from what is number 2 hive currently, and you can see just no comb on this 3rd super at all. Nothing. There are wood frames in the second super, second honey super, but nothing happening on this 3rd super on Hive 7, I'll tell you. Nothing at all. So we will put the cap back on and move to Hive 6. Okay, this is Hive 6, and it's looking, again, just like Hive 7, much louder and more bees, but like 7 and 8, no comb on this number 2 super. No comb at all. And looking down into the 1st super, I'm not seeing anything on frames 3, 4, or 5 on that 2nd super even. We really did load them up with empty boxes on July 18th, our last hive check, because of the hoarding behavior that's characteristic of honeybee hives in that period of time in the summer. And so, I mean, I was kind of holding out hope that we would see a need to put another super on these, but I'm not seeing it in the first 3 checks here today. So we've checked Hive 8, 7, and now 6. Nothing happening. Okay, Hive number 5, and like 8, 7, and 6, does not appear to be any comb construction in the top super, which is the 3rd super on this hive. Now looking down into the 2nd super here, from up on top, capped honey in lots of comb. Now the reason I think that is we'll have to look at the notes, but I think we put in comb from last year in that 2nd super. So no comb at all on this 3rd super, but lots of honey in that 2nd super. So that'll be a good one for us this year, it looks like. But nothing happening in number 3. Okay, this is Hive number 4 on the 30th of July, and we're seeing lots of bees on the porch and lots of bees in the number 2 super. So let's see if they're building comb in that top super. Now this one has 3 deeps on it, and let's just see if there's just a ton of bees in here, or if they're actually working their way into this 2nd super. Certainly putting propolis on it. And not on frame 5, 6, 4, 1 through 6 are empty. And looking at the box below, just a lot of bees. So I believe, based on this, that they're working into that second honey super aggressively. In fact, the frames are full of bees. Not frame 1 on this first super. I've got 3 deeps, a queen excluder, and this first honey super. Frame 1 is devoid of bees, 2, but right at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are full of bees, and then 8, 9, and 10 just a few bees, like 1, 2, and 3. So that is what's going on here. It looks like they're building from the center of honey super 1, working their way out. Lots of bees. Okay, hive number 3. I believe we're seeing the first honey super. I have 3 deeps, queen excluder, and 1 honey super on this one. And not as many bees in this first honey super as we saw in number 4 hive on that first honey super. And I believe we're seeing all this honey up here because I put in frames with comb from last year. So let's just do a quick assessment here before moving on. It looks like we could put another super on here tomorrow when we put those ones together, to me. Okay, nothing on number 1, 2, or 3. Number 4 is full of comb. Full of comb. And again, I think that's because I put it in full of comb. We'll go ahead and check number 5. Trying not to be hard on the equipment here. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Alright, so on this third hive, what we did determine is that the honey that's up in this second, or this first super, I've got 3 deeps, a queen excluder, and 1 honey super, are packed full of honey because I put those frames in there with comb already. So they just took advantage of that. There's no comb building occurring on any of the other frames, 1, 2, 3, or number 10. For that matter, 5 has very little new comb on it. So that's what these bees are doing. On the first honey super, they're taking advantage of the frames that I put in there with comb. And those frames number 4 and number 7 and number 8. Looks like number 9 and 10 are fairly empty as well. So that is what we discovered for hive 3 today. Okay, hive number 2 here. This hive, as was hive 3, one of 2 hives that we overwintered, both of them swarmed, and the resulting queen in hive 2 was a virgin queen that went on her maiden voyage and came back with enough sperm to start creating another colony. And so we're checking on the third honey super. I've got 3 deeps, a queen excluder, and 3 honey supers, and no comb being observed on frame 5 in this number 3 super. We'll check a few others, but I think we're going to find that there's no comb, nothing being drawn on this number 3 honey super. We'll just check another one.